Hi everyone, welcome to this episode of Personal Finance Podcast. As you know, this podcast series is slightly different. Here we always focus more on investor management rather than investments management. Our aim is to try and understand our investment behavior, our biases, what we can control, and what we need to learn beyond the daily news and headlines and the noise that we are exposed to 24 by 7. By the way, I hope you all had a blessed Diwali because today what I'm going to share with you carries a touch of the Diwali spirit. So, while we were down in our building watching the kids light the diyas, make rangolis, and burst the environment-friendly crackers, mind you, an elderly lady in our building was stepping out for a walk. So she said she was out to just admire the lights. Her eyes were calm, voice was warm, and she was fully in the moment. A 12-year-old child who was just right next to her also said the same thing. I'm also out to just admire the lights. With wonder, with innocence, with joy. And I found myself doing the same. Just admiring the lights. 3 people, 3 different generations, one state of mind. And that state of mind was just being present. A little later, someone else came along and said, "Oh my God, so much pollution, so much traffic, there are too many people everywhere." If you see, it's the same festival, same street, completely different experience for different people. And it struck me how life is less about what is happening around us and more about what we choose to notice. Diwali has always been a time of light, warmth, and celebration. But for some, it becomes a season of complaints. Noise, crowd, dust, parking, prices, everything is wrong. And in that mindset, they miss the beauty of what is right in front of them. I see the same thing happening with money and money management. Some investors, they're always admiring the lights, while some are always looking at the pollution. Now, 2 people can have the same kind of portfolio, have the same market conditions, have maybe somewhere close to same returns, but they live completely different emotional lives. One sees volatility and thinks of opportunity. The other sees volatility and thinks of threat. One sees correction, thinks that long term this is going to be very good for him, whereas the other sees correction and thinks that's a disaster. So it's not the portfolio that is creating peace or panic, it is the perspective. I have seen investors who have 50 crores, 80 crores, 100 crores and they still live with anxiety. But I have seen middle class individuals with far less money and they sleep peacefully at night. So it's not your net worth that determines your emotional state. It's your inner wiring. You either admire the lights or you complain about the pollution. The outside world gives you this option every single day. And the problem is not the external noise, the outside world. It is the internal interpretation. Because outside world, the markets will always have noise. The news cycle will always have some drama. Elections, wars, interest rate, recessions, regulations, tips. Every decade, it has the same script, but it gives it a fresh new costume. Those who panic will always find a reason to panic. And those who stay calm will always find a reason to stay grounded. So what you train your mind to notice becomes your lived experience. Some people count diyas, some people count decibels. Similarly, some people during investing count years to come, while some people count days or everyday movements. Every time the market corrects by 5%, 10%, these investors immediately start saying, "I knew this was coming. I should sell now. I will re-enter when things become clear, when the market starts going up again." But that clarity never comes at one go. It's only in hindsight that things become clear. Well, there are some others who in the same moment, quietly, they add more units to their high quality funds. They do not worry about tomorrow's noise because they are anchored to a 10-year direction or a 15-year direction or a 20 or a 20 plus direction. They are admiring the lights. They understand that the power of compounding comes only when you are patient and not when you are reacting. See, money is simply a mirror that reflects your emotional discipline. If your inner world is restless, your financial world will also be turbulent, even in normal conditions. But if your inner world is grounded, your financial world will feel stable, even in uncertain conditions. People often say they want high returns, but they forget that returns are a reward for living through discomfort. You want festival without firecrackers. That way you want compounding without volatility. You want wealth without any introspection of this kind. But wealth is not built from financial knowledge alone. It is built from emotional maturity. The ability to notice the right things and ignore the noise. To participate in the festival instead of standing outside complaining about the crowd. There was a story I once heard of two monks walking through a busy town. One was irritated at the noise, the chaos, the people. The other was quietly smiling and observing everything with gratitude. The first monk asked, "How can you be at peace in this chaos?" The second monk replied, "Who said peace depends on these surroundings? Peace depends on where my attention rests." So in investing too, peace is not that there is no noise around. There is a good market happening. There are no bad newses around. Peace is about the ability to focus on what is meaningful despite of the noise around. Markets will always be unpredictable in the short term. Elections will come and go. Interest rates will move up and down. Headlines will amplify fear or doom. But in the long term, human progress, innovation, and enterprise tend to move forward. Those who admire the lights stay invested and compound with that progress. Those who focus on pollution, they exit prematurely, they re-enter late, and they spend a lifetime trying to play catch-up. Now the elderly lady, the child, and I, 3 different ages, same moment, same joy. Nothing changed in the world. Only awareness did. Only the attention or the power of attention did. So hope that this Diwali, now that you have celebrated it, you ask yourself gently, do I admire the lights in my financial life, or do I only see the smoke? Do I focus on what is working in the economy, or am I always searching for what is wrong? Is my mind trained to spot opportunity, or is it trained to react to fear? Your answers will tell you more about your future returns than any market forecast ever can. Because the greatest risk to your wealth is not the market, it's your own perspective. So as I walked back home after that moment, I was reminded of this one simple truth. Gratitude notices what is present. Fear notices what is missing. Both are available to you. But only one of them can create a happy, rich life. And you know which one that is. And I hope you live a happy, rich life. Thank you so much for listening in. I hope it helped you. God bless. Stay tuned.